This program brought to you by Harvey Norman. There's a store near you. And Bunnings Warehouse, where lowest prices are just the beginning.
Welcome to the replay of the round 2 AFL clash between Richmond and North Melbourne at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The Tigers, the home team, without their captain Kane Johnson, a self-imposed one-week suspension for him, but they do have a strong forward line led by Matthew Richardson at full forward, coming off a great round 1 last week. North Melbourne also a very good forward line. There has been a bit of talk around that a couple of their key forwards wouldn't play. Well, they're all there. Nathan Thompson, Petrie, Jones and Hale also named in a forward pocket. A tall forward line for the Tigers to try and overcome. Let's go to the opening bounce. Good crowd in here at the MCG. Two traditional Victorian teams head-to-head. One yet to win and one yet to lose. Simmons gets the initial knockdown, but no one going anywhere. We'll get a ball up.
Not a traditional forward structure for the Kangaroos, though. They're going with just 4 forwards, one of which is the speedster Lindsay Thomas, and you're right, Jake King has got him. Danny?
McIntosh half grabbed by Simmons. He'll get the initial clearance, Danny.
Just see the stopping player. We've got Daniel Wells, and Daniel Jackson is playing on Wells, Jared, so another big job for Daniel Jackson.
Well, they're trying to make sure that Wells doesn't get involved early and get his confidence back. We know he had a horrendous week last week.
And Dean Polo is the one running with Brent Harvey.
McIntosh long. Corey Jones, speaking of head-high clashes last week. And Corey Jones gets the free inside 50. Well, he was concussed last week. He had a split head, had to go off, suffered some blurred vision, we're told. And it was a short week for the Kangaroos, coming off a 6-day break, played on Easter Monday.
Just see the replay there. Andrew Rains, just threw Corey Jones to the ground after the marking contest. The initial contact wasn't too bad. It was the secondary action which caused the free kick. Huge loss last week, Dwayne. Corey Jones early in the game.
It was his own man that knocked him down as well and split his head, Nathan Thompson. But he was their leading goal kicker last year and maybe still suffering some blurred vision behind.
Need to make the most of their opportunities, the Kangaroos. Last week had 4 goals, 4 points in the first quarter, so really need to make the most of their opportunities.
There's the Richmond bench. And here's their captain, Chris Newman, captaining the team tonight, thanks to Kane Johnson's incontinence. Kick outside 50 was okay. McIntosh. And Bowden drags Simpson across. The Kangaroos captain across the line will get a ball in.
Let him run.
Perfect conditions for football. Maybe a few spots of rain on the way in the second half, but at the moment, a little bit of fading sunshine. And Daniel Wells runs to 50. This would be a sparkling start for him. He centres the ball instead. Another free. Corey Jones again.
Geez, this has been a plague of free kicks inside the forward 50 for clubs, and it is dead set an attack on defensive players if they're grappling, Danny.
Well, it is, Jared, but I think the kick from Daniel Wells drew the free kick in the end. It was a very clever kick. Just put the ball out in space, and we see there that's a free kick every day of the week, whether it's infringing or not. You cannot hold the player's jumper. It's a great angle there. We just see Rains hang on to his jumper.
You would think he would finish this off and give them the perfect start. The Kangaroos are on the board.
Danny, you're the defensive coach, but in many ways what the umpires are saying now is every player is entitled to a free crack at the ball, and I think that's absolutely fair enough. But what it's also saying to defenders is you've got to make the ball your objective as much as minding your man, because if Rains had gone the footy, he wouldn't have had to worry about his opponent. And
a lot of the good contested marks, even in our day, Jared, use their legs and hips. You've got to be able to use your body in a marking contest. Unfortunately for Andrew Rains, he used his arms in both instances.
Yes, 20 years ago you could whack an ear. 5 years ago you could whack an arm. 2 years ago you could put a hand on someone's back.
Jake King already has gone on to Corey Jones after Andrew Rains has 2 free kicks against.
So it is tough for the modern fullback. Tough. Tuck. Gave it up quickly. Nice kick around the body by Newman. Missed the target. Petrie. Splendid tackle by Simmons and rewarded.
Geez, that's a good sign. It's just, I reckon, heartens the hearts of coaches, Danny, when they see just emphatic tackling like this early in the piece, and this from a big man.
Especially from a ruckman, Jared. Follow on the play. A lot of ruckmans sit behind the ball, but the beauty of Simmons, he attacks the contest and gets inside Richmond's forward 50 to give a one-on-one contest.
Hired a sprint coach over summer to work with him on his speed. Went one-on-one with his sprint coach all summer. Added something else to his game, and the Tigers are on the board.
Well, it's a great start from both teams. You see all the players get round Troy Simmons after he kicks that goal, and rightly so. Unconventional goal from a ruckman to be able to run down the tackle here. We see Petrie just fumble the ball at the critical stage, and Simmons really tackled hard there, pinned the hips. We see Petrie over the ball. Great tackle with the body first, and then the arms come around. That is a great tackle.
Well, I hope Troy Simmons has an injury-free year because he has done so much hard work on the back of a sensational year in 2006. Just stiff to miss out on All-Australian, but he's built the foundations over summer for a good year, and he's off to a flyer. Sensational last week and a good start today.
Had that blood clot on the lung that ended his season, almost ended his life last year, Troy Simmons. So, as you say, Jared, good to see him back and firing. Wells is firing early. Chips it to Jones, who's firing early and got a push in the back from King. It was in the contest, according to the umpire. No 50.
Well, Corey Jones has the ball's gone in 3 times, and Corey Jones is having his 3rd possession, so he is on fire at the moment. Corey Jones, great signs here from Daniel Wells. Good running on, secondary effort there, fantastic. Dean Laley would be wrapped with Daniel Wells' start to the game.
Very quickly on the boundary line, Rowan. Brady Rawlings, who's he got?
Yeah, he's taking Nathan Foley, which is going to be a little bit of a difficult task for him today as well. But I spoke to Adam Simpson after I spoke to him just before the game, and he just wanted Daniel Wells to just keep running with the ball every opportunity that he had.
Corey Jones gets his 2nd.
That's a great start from Corey Jones. Also, Daniel Wells. He's been under the pump all week. We see the centre bounce here. Great play from Rawlings, just pushing the ball forward. Thomas out to Wells. That's fantastic play there. And, of course, Corey Jones, the ball's gone inside North Melbourne's forward 50 3 times for 3 touches. Can't ask much more from that from Jones.
Danny, I've seen it first. I have never seen this in footy before, but there were 8 interchanges all at once. Now, I'm not sure if the interchange stewards can write them all down at the one time, but it looks as if they're on a set time, and it was 4 on, 4 off.
At the 6-minute mark of the first quarter, Jared. The modern football.
So 4 from each team came off.
It was 8.
We on 100 target then. The way we're going. Collingwood went over the 100 interchanges on Friday night. It's the way it's going. Tambling gives it up to Hamish McIntosh. He sends it long. Corey Jones is the go-to man at the moment. King got a fist on it. Thumped it down. Grant. Nathan Thompson. Jones, another possession. Harvey tucked into the boundary. No one came at him. Let him have a free shot. It's across the face.
All clear.
A behind to Brent Harvey.
Not sure whether that was a percentage play there from Brent Harvey. Edwards was on top of the square.
Chris Hyde, first game for 2007
Move it on.
for Chris
Play
Hyde.
on.
Started on the bench and one of those players that came on, as Jared said, in that 8-man change. King stepped around beautifully, with ease really, and shoots it out to Schultz. Simmons down the outer side. He can use that speed he developed over summer here. Send it long inside 50. High bomb. Richardson. It's a 2-on-3. Richo gets it regardless. Into traffic though. Got the handball out. Free kick against Pettifer. He dumped Pratt.
Simmons went the long kick, and that's a fair enough option, but Richard Tambling would have been disappointed he wasn't used. He was free only 25 metres away.
Especially the fact that McIntosh was pushing down there, double teaming Richo, Jared.
Wells again. So 3rd possession for Daniel Wells. To half forward. Magnificent spoil by King. Become a bit of a cold hero. Jake King, 24 possessions last week, and said in an interview, "I would hate to play on me. It would end in fisticuffs," he said. which is what you would expect. He is a tough, hard-at-it player.
Landed in his back.
This is
And
an
another
interesting
free
one.
kick against Richmond.
It is. He tackled him when he was upright,
Back out 2 metres.
and he
2 metres.
actually dragged the player to the ground on top of him.
Me.
Swallow. And over the top, Schultz was paid it. Took one of the marks of the year a couple of seasons ago and hurt himself that time.
J-Boy. Great mark, mate.
J-Boy.
J-Boy, he's winded here. You see it, magnificent grab. Oh, land. Yeah, he's winded, taking the wind right out of him there. Gee, that's a good mark. That's his strength, Jay Schultz. Got to back himself in.
J-Boy comes to the wing. Watt to Pratt. And they're down a man at the moment, the Tigers. Inside 50, Corey Jones.
This is great coaching from Dean Laidley.
Oh, they've got to blow the whistle
Well, they have to because
Well,
he's
have
about
to.
to run over him to have the shot.
Wait till he's moved out of your
without
line.
making light of it. The doctor just went up
You're
to
on
him and
that
said,
line, Corey, if you keep
"Do you
going
know where
straight
you
back
are?" And he
there.
said, "I know nothing."
It's interesting, though, that with Corey Jones being on fire, Dean Laidley's pushed all the other Kangaroo players up the ground and making Jake King play as a full back.
Well, he's already kicked 2-1.
As long as you keep that in line with that, you're fine.
Corey Jones. Schultz off, and you heard the umpire telling Corey Jones
Wait for my call.
how far out he can move. That's what he has in front of him. Starts it right, it comes back, but not enough. Only a behind, so 2 goals 2 of North Melbourne's 2 goals 3 to Corey Jones. Kicked 13% of their score last year, the Kangaroos. King, shortish, but okay in the end, and Deledio sends it wide to the wing. They can run again here. Hyde, chip kick. Simmons worked hard. In fact, it's Polak.
That's why Deledio is such an important player, because he took the mark and immediately backed his pace, played on, and good disposal sets up the Tigers for a crack at goal.
Patterson, Tambling. Thought about going all the way from there. Nathan Brown started to get his way into it last week. Took a while to warm up and almost hits Richardson with a perfect pass. Pass couldn't have been much better. Pratt mopped it up and sends it wide.
Hard running from Hale.
And he might get on the end of this Campbell kick. He does. Shoots it out to Harvey. Got a couple of options. He goes the wide one. Corey Jones, the focus. Great one-handed pickup. Central bomb towards full forward. Down there is Edwards. Heading back was Kelvin Moore. Got a fist on it perfectly. Handball not so good. Polo made it okay. Short. Cleve Hughes.
Brilliant work from Moore. Had a blinder last week. He's starting to develop. Kangaroos have got 3 spares in defence. They're going to have to think this through.
Nathan Brown, long to Richardson, gets there and holds it with a push. But he'll line up from 50.
Super mark, super kick. Not much Ferrito could do. Once Richo ran and jumped at the ball, impossible to defend that mark from Richo.
You just have a shot, wouldn't you? If you're a Richo, you're on a roll kick 5 straight after 2 misses early last week.
He's outside the boundary line, which is probably where he prefers to be. Across the face. And Tigers and the Kangaroos can't get anyone near it to touch it.
That was a sider.
Well, he had 2 or 3 siders last week. He missed everything with one of his shots early.
Here's the beauty of the interchange. Power straight on the ground, gets an easy possession.
Sam Power pokes it towards Jones again. King with him, edged him under the ball, and then was half held. Has to do a bit of holding of his own.
Free kick.
Lindsay Thomas dumped hard into the turf. Sam Power dives in, and the umpire will have to sort this out. No.
You dived in on the footy. Richmond free kick.
Gee.
You dived in on it.
Sam Power's just about to pump him up there, Dwayne.
Well, he was on one knee.
Yeah, great attack at the contest, I was just about to say. Then he gets pinged for holding the ball in. I don't understand that one. He didn't drag the ball in.
Good start by Brady Rawlings. Foley has yet to touch the footy, and he is a ball magnet.
Polak to Moore to Tambling. Pettifer's calling for it. He's got some space. He's running into it. Watt chasing him down and throws him out of the contest. Daniel Jackson, nice turn. Hand to Pettifer. Centering kick. Richo held.
I reckon you'd be thrilled, Daddy, not to be playing full-back in this
Oh, it's
year.
on.
Yeah, it's on.
Behind play. How will the umpire view that? It's either 50 or a turnaround. It's a reversal.
Against Shane Tucker. It was stupid.
He drags you high.
One umpire's given 50.
Round the head.
No, it's a Richo free. He kicks the goal. Hallelujah.
Eureka.
Very, very lucky there. I thought they were going to reverse the decision because Richo had the ball. So obviously Shane Tuck didn't instigate that situation there as we see the replay. Gee, there's not a lot in that. That is play on, Jared, isn't it?
Well, I think so. I think the umpire was actually guessing a bit there, blindsided, and that's why Tuck actually responded. I think there's a couple of shadow boxes there.
Well, did Pratt think he was playing onto advantage?
No, I think he just wanted to throw one.
Right.
But getting back to that free kick, the umpires in the first couple of rounds, after 3 or 4 rounds last year, they tend to let it go a little bit more, but at the moment, they're paying any little bit of niggling in top of the goal square.
Runner out to Sam Power, and he's been instructed, and they're both players, Delidio and Sam Power, across the line at the same time, and yet, okay, they've plucked it.
It's a free kick fest at the moment. Hale sends it wide. Lee Brown, late inclusion for North Melbourne, sends it wide to Thompson, who dives and can't get a touch on it before it's out of play on the full. So 7-3, North Melbourne leading the free kick count as we speak. Newman. Been a while since the captain of the Tigers has worn the number 1 in a game. It's tradition now the captain wears the number 17. Chris Newman, who inherited that one from Rory Hilton, passes to King. His kick short and terrible. Harvey cuts it off, sends it to Edwards. Met by Bowden as he marked it. And 50, gee. They're hot.
They are hot playing. I think the players of both sides have to react to this now. They've got to understand that the umpires are paying free kicks immediately, so you've really got to readjust your game, Jared.
Yep. Well, it's been there for 7 days now, Spud. Really, both clubs are, and players are hurting themselves because they haven't adjusted yet.
Aaron Edwards kicks his first.
And the thing both coaches have to send out to the players now is just play the ball. Just play the ball on its merits and go hard at the football. We see there a terrific mark from Edwards. It was a secondary action. Joel just failed to let him go in time. Didn't see him a lot in it, though. Good hold of his jumper. The umpire saying let go. It'll be hot.
Nathan Thompson off the ground, Smithy.
Yeah, Nathan Thompson just coming off for a rest. Also, Jordan McMahon started on the half-forward flank. Normally a backman. He's come off at the 16-minute mark without a touch, so he's just sitting down the bench now.
As we just saw, Aaron Edwards at full forward. Thursfield with a different sort of opponent.
From the ball up.
Play on. Knock it out now. Knock it out. Knock it out.
Hale against Simmons. Neither of them got a decisive touch, and we'll get another ball up. No, we won't. We'll get another free, of course, because it is the free kick fest. It is supposed to be a celebration of the worker today, but they're not having to work for some of these. Rawlings, chip kick towards Jones, and he can spin around and have a shot from 45. Sidesteps a couple, runs himself into trouble to Thomas. He tries to get around Tambling. Bad news.
Well done, Richard Tambling. Spud, they dragged Jake King last week and told him to settle down, and they got a BOG performance. I reckon right now he's getting flogged. His man is really chopping him up, and I think he's due for a bit of a bench.
Harris marked Foley's kick and finds Shannon Grant inside 50 with a wobbler.
I'm with you, Jared. I'm not sure whether I'd bench him because he's playing bad, but I think Chrissy Newman is the player that I would be putting on to Corey Jones now. I know Terry loves Chrissy Newman up around the half-back line now with his great decision-making, but he, to me, is the guy for Corey Jones. Jake King, at the moment, is just too small.
They started like this last week, North Melbourne, against the Bombers, ended up losing by 55 points. Shannon Grant, nice off the boot, swings it back. Perfect.
Well, right now, I think Dean Laidley is really helping his team by throwing his half-forwards around. His small forwards, I think, are well on top at the present time. Jake King, I think, is making a lot of mistakes. I know he had a big one last week. Maybe he's not handling that all that well this week. But he needs to refocus.
Well, we have got another change on Corey Jones. We've got Jay Schultz going under Corey Jones. So already, what are you? 18-minute marks into the first quarter. Jones has got his third opponent.
He's throwing that forward line around. with size and structure and positioning, and making it very difficult for the Tiger defenders to settle.
15-point margin in favour of North Melbourne, and they get the clearance. Swallow, Adam Simpson,
Let him run, guys. Let him lead.
Lee Brown, Rawlings, Petrie messed it up. Petrie dives over it, almost. Jordan McMahon tries to get the takeaway. Kick off hands, finds Patterson.
Good hands.
Jackson,
Great
run
tackle,
down
Gibson.
by Gibson, holding the ball perhaps. No, umpires have put the whistle away. Good chance for Foley, and he makes them pay.
Second in the best and fairest last year, Nathan Foley. He's got the ability. He's the second quickest player at the club, Jared, behind Delidio. But his ability to swoop on the loose ball is elite. As we see Petrie here slip over, crucial slip,
Nearly a free kick.
and cops one for his woes as well. But we just see here Patterson handball, great tackle here from Gibson.
Was.
Have a look at Nathan Foley. He's just sweating on the ball, swooped on it, and hand to foot. Great goal.
More handballs and more tackles than any other Tiger last year. And as you mentioned, Danny, second to Matthew Richardson in the best and fairest. Coming off a 26 possession game last week as well.
It's a great story. Colac boy, I'm off the rookie list, the Tigers, 2004.
From the ball up, Simmons with the reach. Touched Hamish McIntosh's shoulder.
Better start from McIntosh, coming up for his 5th disposal already, so he's getting involved in the game.
Lee Brown, not named in the 22, but did get into the 22 at the last minute. Lockie Hansen was the man to miss out. Off the pack. Petrie, well, he was injured in the middle moments ago, and it's off the side of his boot, a behind.
Let him run, guys. Let him break.
Rowan Smith.
Well, you can just, you boys were speaking about it before, and Jake King has come off for arrest and went straight to the phone, had a little bit of a word to Terry Wallace, I think, boys.
How'd you like to be a back flanker these days, Smithy, with so many different opponents? It'd be tough to settle.
Well, Jared, we spoke about it before, and the poor old backman probably gets left on the ground most, more than probably everyone else. So if you get rotated through, you're going to hurt by the end of the game.
Daniel Jackson fights in. Rains's kick with a little Australian. Couldn't make something of it, but Jordan McMahon does. Rolls it towards half forward. Watt seemed to hold Simmons. Crowd saw it, at least the Richmond portion of them.
Well played.
Ferrito.
It was great play from Ferrito. He left Richardson and backed himself in.
Shannon Grant just needs to find the target now. Kick, a low trajectory one. I'm sure he was after Aaron Edwards, but he was the closest to it in the end. Polak, Foley,
Good shot
Moore,
for Tambling.
Rains, Newman. They've worked it out of defence nicely. Chip kick to Patterson. Nathan Brown decides not to kick. Goes to Daniel Jackson. The bomb. High kick. He's got 4 people to beat here, and Richardson can't get anywhere near it. And gets Harris high with frustration.
And that's the play they've got to work through here, the Tigers. I reckon they're running really well from half back to half forward, but they're kicking it into a pack of the Kangaroos, and they've got to get Richo or Simmons to lead to space.
Gibson to McIntosh to Harding towards Edwards, off hands. Nathan Thompson, little slip. And he's over it now. He fell on it.
He's gone.
Ball. So it was his initial fumble that got him into trouble. Otherwise, he was going to have a shot at goal.
You're right, Dwayne. When you fumble now in AFL football, the pressure triples.
Did play last week, but that was his first game after a whole year off with that knee reconstruction, Nathan Thompson. So finding some time to get back into it.
Once again, good running off half back. Andrew Rains enjoying a good start to the day.
And Rains got it from McMahon, gives it to Patterson. And he long towards Simmons. Hands on it, not quite the mark though. Tuck threw it away. Umpire might allow play on advantage. Swallow doesn't want to.
Tackling's been excellent from both teams so far in this game.
Harvey.
Guys.
28 plays 18. Inside 6 minutes to quarter time. Daniel Harris holds it up.
Move it on.
Told to hurry up to Daniel Wells.
Come out.
Possession number 4 coming up for Daniel Wells. 10 possession game last week against Essendon. Admitted after that game needs to lift his work rate and has done exactly that. To Harris.
How much pen does the interchange steward go through a day? Rowan Smith down there, because the interchange are unbelievable.
They're on fire down here, Spud. I'm telling you now, right now. And as you said, the pen for the interchange steward is on fire.
McIntosh And now Petrie from 70. And now the Tigers getting players back. Oh, that's a hard one on Jones. And Jones, who, as we said, was concussed last week, wears that well.
That is a magnificent grab, and he's grabbing the side of his face, Dwayne, where he got hit last week. Oh, you've got to hand it to... Great from Thursfield also. May he earn it. You've got to hand it to Corey Jones, concussed in the 8-minute mark of the first quarter only 6 days ago. And to back into the pack like that, that takes a hell of a lot of courage, Jared.
Well, it does. It actually made Will Thursfield change his mind, I think. I mean, he was going to go A for the mark, and then he was halfway between almost marking, spoiling, and almost, I think, protecting the bloke on screen.
He's kicked half of North Melbourne's score so far in this game. Lines up for number 3 and slides it home.
If this is the Eureka game, that is the Eureka mark. That is built on courage, that mark. What a fantastic start for the game. We just see here in the replay, especially after being concussed last week, he would have known something was coming his way, but his eyes never moved off the ball. This angle is even greater. Running into the pack. That's a fantastic mark.
And they deserve their lead, the Kangaroos, and it's a healthy lead just prior to quarter time, because if you have a look at the inside 50, Spud, it's almost double, 14-8. And I think they could well have even been a bit further in front, the Kangaroos.
And Corey Jones has had 8 possessions inside the forward 50, Jared, for 3 goals
He's
too.
BOG.
Simpson had it, lost it, got it again. He's dumped by Kane Pettifer. And Simmons with the clearance. Rolls it towards Polak. Attacked it well initially. Petrie, Rawlings. And now Harvey can run. Couple of options up forward. One of them, Nathan Thompson, ignores him. Hands to Sam Power. He goes long to Aaron Edwards in a one-on-one at the square. Had his arm slapped. Corey Jones runs in for number 4.
Well, this has been one of the best quarters of an individual this season. He is just on fire. He is everywhere. And I reckon Aaron Edwards would be a bit filthy, like all 4 forwards. If you get a free kick 20 metres out, you're entitled to have a shot.
But it was good play from Edwards. Cal Moore just lost him in transition when the ball was in the air, so he needs to learn from that, Cal. Had to find the body a hell of a lot earlier. Corey Jones, 4 goals, 2. 9 possessions inside their forward 50 in 1 quarter of football. That's the output of a half-forward flanker for 4 quarters, Jared.
Yeah, he's just been everywhere. Tigers' tackling is the only thing that they'd be pleased with. They are 13-6, but it's always that question of whether the tacklers just haven't got the footy, Danny.
Second of the ball, Jared.
22-point margin at the moment. It does look like 4th versus 16th from last year.
Have the back of the jumper. Play on, play on.
Foley got it out, but straight to Grant. Sends it wide. Simpson to send North Melbourne into attack again. Poor kick, though. Cut off by King. Rains. Pettifer. Newman. Spearing pass towards Hughes. Up there and took the mark.
That's 50.
That's 50. Once upon a time, that would be you played on, and he'd be in trouble. But under the modern rules, he'll have a shot at goal.
And an important shot. They've just about lost touch here, the Tigers. They need 1 or 2 before quarter time.
Interesting season coming up for Cleve Hughes. This is his 3rd season on the list. Couldn't get a game for Coburg seniors in the VFL at one stage last year. Was dropped to the Coburg reserves.
Hold the corridor there, Brady.
Hopefully the Norwood boy can have a good season this year. 7 games last year in the seniors for Richmond. Important kick inside 4 minutes. And he just kisses it through for a behind.
Stabbed at that kick, Jared. Didn't follow through at all. Tried to steer the ball through. Dwayne, you're right.
Edwards, a long way up from 4 forward, takes the mark and gives the signal, whatever that signal might be. It's the lead up to me signal. Grant couldn't get a hand on it. Simmons, little slip. No one comes at him. Has the time to push the pass to Hyde.
Let him lead, guys.
40-19, but they opened up this kind of lead against Essendon last week, the Kangaroos, and they are coming off a short week. Only a 6-day break for the Kangaroos as opposed to Richmond. They played on Easter Thursday and have a 10-day break. Pettifer sends it long, but no one was home. And Edwards, all the way back to fullback, takes the mark.
And they've got 3 tools at the moment. They've got Richo, Cleve Hughes and Polak there.
You didn't get out of the corridor. If you go sideways,
50-metre
you
penalty.
still got to get out 5 metres.
So I reckon Terry Wallace would be wanting to know what Pettifer had going through his mind at that stage.
To try and hit up and promote Tambling, Brown and Deledio, Jared, at quarter time. I think Terry would be saying, lower your eyes. You're lifting your eyes, going for the tall spot 30 metres out from goal, but you've got to understand there's an extra 2 North Melbourne players there.
Gibson to Power to Petrie. Nice movement.
Wait there, wait. Me.
Clock running down, heads toward Thomas. Tucked in the boundary line, so Lindsay Thomas all the way back to the wing to Watt. They've got players behind the ball here, North Melbourne. They can chip it around, hold possession. Hamish McIntosh.
Positive start from Hamish, coming up for his 8th disposal.
And now the long bomb, and now Simmons has the jump. Oh, almost over the top. Hale tried to pluck it off hands, and we'll get a ball up. And look at Simmons got the ride, and Hale almost pulled it over the top. From the ball up, Simpson kicks around the body, and Adam Simpson snapped a beauty.
That hurts. At a stoppage there, Richmond have just hell-bent on defending, and how Simpson was able to get a boot to the ball. We'll just have a look at the replay here. Just a secondary bounce. Great snap from Simpson. Great insight before the game to talk to the skipper. He was cool, calm, calculated, had to do a job, and he's led, more importantly, with actions in the first quarter.
Terry Wallace, in the 4th year of his 5-year deal, said he won't coach again after Richmond in the press this week. 3-1, plays 7-4. Inside 2 minutes to quarter time. And McIntosh wins the knockdown again. Harris, Brown, Campbell, Power. Lead comes from Corey Jones. Tough one to mark. Kept it in front of him. 3 Tigers to beat. Almost beats them all. Simmons to Kelvin Moore. Well, he ran into that tackle. Had to be ball.
And just wanted a bit more at the moment. I reckon the Kangaroos have had a heap more of the possession. 82 to 63. I reckon they're just a little bit more fierce than the Tigers at the moment.
And not only that, Jared, contested possessions where Essendon really ran away with the game last week. At the moment, 27 contested possessions to the Kangaroos, 19 to Richmond.
Matt Campbell told to play on all the way back to Daniel Pratt. He has Ferrito in the middle. Tigers getting numbers back, so Ferrito makes sure they keep possession. Gibson too far out to score. Now the bomb towards the top of the square. The chaos ball. Anybody could grab it. Petrie's there. Harding tries to make something of it. It's a maul. And we'll get a ball up.
Good result for North Melbourne here. Just another stoppage, another opportunity to have a shot on goal just before quarter time.
Adam Simpson lurking again, hoping to snap another one off hands. No free kick. Play on. Tambling. And now Rains. 40 seconds from quarter time. Relieves the pressure for a while at least. Petrie half held by Hughes. Hands up to Power. Now Gibson. Low trajectory kick. Hoping for and finding Lindsay Thomas on the stretch. Tucked up against the boundary line. 3 goals last week against the Bombers, Lindsay Thomas. Gave the Kangaroos an awesome start to that game. Disciplined centering kick. Lets the Flyers go up. Leave Brown from 3 deep almost. Lays the tackle and one more chance for a takeaway and a score for North Melbourne.
Lindsay Thomas, great mark, but his direct opponent was Jake King. It's a lot of publicity this week, young Jake. Quarter time can't come quick enough for Jake King and Terry Wallace.
So from the clearance here, don't need to give another free away, the Tigers. Just need to see the seconds eaten up. One small piece of success in an unsuccessful term for Richmond. Perfect start for North Melbourne, though. from the ball up. 27-point margin to start this second term. Simmons, as you mentioned, Gerard, one of the stars at the moment for the Tigers, one of the few with the clearance. No one getting away with it at half forward, though. It's tunneled out the back. Slick hands, Tuck from 45. Perfect start for the term for the Tigers.
Just the start Terry Wallace and the Richmond boys needed. Just a bit of momentum there, and that was fantastic there from Shane Tuck. He's been really quiet in the first quarter. Great to see him get some hands on the ball. Only had the 2 possessions in the first quarter, but that's a quality possession, a goal. So he's had the 3 possessions and 1 goal. Positive start.
Good work by Joel Bowden to create the goal, and I like to see him forward and in the middle, Dwayne. And Danny, I think he was experimenting a little bit forward last week. He's pushed himself up there again.
Shane Tuck with Travis playing last night, and of course Dad. Now 500 games in total between the father and the 2 boys. They're out after the Silvanis, who have 551 between father and son, as the best father-son's combination of all time. A great family they've been. The Tucks and the Ablets, of course, related. We'll get another ball up. Nathan Brown on the bench, as you mentioned.
Give me room to back out. Don't hold him, Tucky. Give me space.
But it won't be long until he's back on.
He's cooling his jets. I'm sure he'll be a much fired-up player when he comes on the ground. Doesn't like sitting on the bench, Nathan.
2 ruckmen tie up, and Simmons gets the clearance again. Not necessarily to advantage. Lee Brown, Joel Bowden, held by Lee Brown.
It's interesting the setup for Joel Bowden. He's actually playing on the wing, and Lee Brown is going head-to-head with him on the wing.
He ignored Richard Tambling, who is wide, comes into the middle to Rains.
Lee Brown's tagging Joel Bowden. Yep. Lee Brown's winning that. 5 disposals. Brown, 2 to Bowden.
Rains towards Richardson. He's on the move. Richo gets there. Had to really motor. And he'll line up from 50.
Boys is good coaching because he's put 3 forwards, 3 Tiger forwards in the goal square. Brought Richo up the ground. At least now he's got an opportunity to compete one-on-one with his direct opponent in Ferrito.
5-2 from 8 shots last week. Really brought the Tigers home, and that's a shocker off the boot. Very Richo-esque. No one can mark it. Maybe no one in the game, 150 years old, this beautiful game, could have marked that. It was a tough wobbler, and Harvey takes it away for the Kangaroos. Chip kick to his old partner, Shannon Grant. And he'll play his 300th game a little later this year, Shannon Grant. This is game 282.
They're playing through Jake King at the moment, Dwayne. He's having a dirty night, Jake King.
Well, that's a big contest as well. And Rains, the free kick, Rains thinks it's his. Well, that's reported.
Well, I was just about to say, Dwayne, he needed to put his fist in the air with an attempt to spoil. So when we have a look at the replay, just had to have an attempt to spoil the ball there on Andrew Rains.
So Aaron Edwards in the book. Have a look again. Yeah.
Not a lot in that.
Did he make contact with the head or just the back?
Not a lot. Not a lot. After watching that, he was trying to mark the ball in a chest marking situation.
You just have to continue with the attempt to mark, even if you know you're not going to mark it, because as soon as you shy away from the ball, that's the end. Schultz to Moore. Tigers looking a little better at the moment. Moore about to be run down, got a little push in the back. And that was okay. Harris takes the mark.
That's strong hands, because Troy Simmons tried to spoil, but Harris's grip was strong enough to prevent it from spoiling.
It's a great chase from Campbell to cause the turnover, though.
And Matt Campbell gets the reward with the possession here. To Nathan Thompson. Good spoil by Thursfield. Rains to King, who slips. His afternoon not getting any better. Rains tries to get it out, but got it to Wells. Thompson just hasn't found his touch yet after a whole year out, Nathan Thompson. And we'll get a ball up.
Calvin Moore now has gone on to Corey Jones.
Gerard, I was just going to quickly ask you about Nathan Brown. Would you put him behind the ball? He's such a smart player. He can set the play up for him.
Matt Campbell, in the meantime, from the boundary line, sends it across the face. And Aaron Edwards can't get there. Sorry, Rowan?
I don't think I'll put him behind the ball, Smithy. I just put him on the ball and get him to run where the ball is. He'll find it. He's like Joel Bowden. He's very creative, etc. I don't think he'd be able to stay one out because he'd be tagged pretty quickly.
Simmons with a dangerous knockdown. Shannon Grant from mid-air.
Smart play. Dwayne, you called it. Dangerous knockdown from Simmons. He put the ball in the corridor, which opened up the goal face. We just see here the boundary throw in. Normally you put the ball to the boundary line. He's put the ball into the corridor, which allowed the North Melbourne players to run onto the ball. Not sure whether it was a call there from Shannon Grant with Simmons, but
where should it have gone, Spud?
It had to go straight to the boundary line, Jared, or away from the Kangaroos' goal. To hit it into the corridor just opened up the coal face.
I reckon that's one of those ones where Danny would have just been grabbing at the hair when that happened in the coach's box.
He'd be happy with the reminder, Jared. He was relaxed. His heart rate was below 100. 4-1 plays 8-4.
Was Brown in colour too, I hear, at that stage.
The ball up.
Ball ping to him, I'll have it. Great tackle. Thanks, boys.
Get a secondary ball up. 52 plays 25.
Give me space to come out. And
By Stuart Wen, letting them know exactly where.
Foley 4 possessions. You mentioned Bowden. Spud, he's had 3 possessions. Delidio's had 3 possessions. Can't win when you're 3
Brown,
smartest players and Brown.
So Brown to Thomas to Simpson to full forward. Corey Jones or Shannon Grant. Shannon Grant with the one-hander.
Again, the direct opponent, I think Jake King needs to cool his jets because, seriously, they are playing through Jake King's direct opponent at the moment, the Kangaroos. They are identifying who he's on and they're playing through him. So he's going to have to work through it, the young fella, but at the moment, any player he goes on is getting the ball.
Did they decide that tactic during the week or this morning when they woke up and saw the big Jake King article in the newspaper?
I think after Corey Jones got a couple of touches nice and early, they thought, well, Corey Jones is on fire and Jake King's having a dirty night.
Shannon Grant, 2 in a row, and North Melbourne on a roll again.
Can change pretty quickly, form, Danny.
Well, Jared, you asked me before the game the players to watch out for. Jake King.
Put the moz on him.
Well, he's in the camera a lot, but unfortunately for all the wrong reasons. He's in the play because we've got to give credit also, Jared, you called it, the Kangaroo on ballers.
Yeah.
Daniel Wells, Harvey, these type of players, they're run and carry and getting the ball over the line to a one-on-one situation's been terrific.
Has been a star, though, over his career, Shannon Grant. He was picked 3 back in the 1994 draft behind Jeff White and Anthony Rocker. So a fair top 3 back in that draft. Simmons having a rest for the Tigers. Patterson into the ruck.
Is Damien Monkhorst
yes.
the ruck coach?
Yes.
I just saw him having a chat. Good chat to Troy Simmons.
Swallow to Harvey. Wobbler wide. Jordan McMahon got there first, but backtracks dangerously. And it's okay to Newman. So the acting captain to try and set it up to Delidio. We haven't seen much of Delidio this evening. Pokes it towards half forward. Well measured kick to Patterson. Ruckman got down to half forward. Provided an option. Richardson flies. Oh, he was bumped. A little bit of tunnelling. Richo will take the free.
It's definitely hands in the back when Richo jumped in the air. We'll have a look at this again, Dwayne. Did get a thrust forward when he was in the air. It was a great view of it here.
Yeah, just as he jumped, he got the nudge.
This will be a better angle.
Richo did accentuate it, as you would expect him to do.
Not sure what else Ferrito could do in that situation.
I think he was stiff there.
And Matthew Richardson, important kick for his side, and he slots it.
Well, they needed that one, and so did this match, because it was pizzling away to a one-sided affair. The Kangaroos have been fantastic in this first half, and the Tigers ran well from half-back in the first part of the first quarter. The more I look at that, Spud, the more I think he was pretty lucky there, Richo.
He was very lucky.
Just a little nudge, but no hands. But the Tigers have got to find a little bit of spirit and a little bit of scoreboard pressure here in this last 10 minutes of the quarter.
And they can't rely on Richo to kick all their goals. Again, I know Richo got the free kick, but it was Richo conscious.
Yep.
There was another couple of leads there from Tambling, Schultz, Hughes. They have to promote these youngsters as forwards and hit them up.
750 career goals for Matthew Richardson. That was his second of the evening. Swallow got it from Wells to Campbell, Harding, and now Thomas. Good hands.
Yeah, held it long enough. Held it long enough. Straight back, thank you.
Ooh, slow throw back through the air.
Move it on. Play on.
Lindsay Thomas hands it off to Power. Centering bomb. Jones gets a fly over the top. Kelvin Moore.
Had to be a mark.
Didn't hold it long enough, according to the umpire. Nathan Thompson dragged down. Will get a ball up. The natives are restless.
And they deserve to be. That was, looked to me to be a mark, Spud. Not sure how you saw it, but
I thought it was a mark as I was looking up the ground. We see Kelvin Moore.
Yep.
He held it till he hit the ground. That's a mark.
Nathan Brown to Polak. Tackle, didn't have it. No evener upper from the umpires. Corey Jones a little high. He doesn't get it. Foley, Patterson, Bowden, Kelvin Moore. It's lifted a gear this game. Sends it wide. Deledio getting some touches now. Back to Foley, the 1-2. 1-2-3, in fact. Needs to hit a target. Cleve Hughes slides in. 58 plays 31. Lead came from the square from Richardson. It was ignored. Nathan Brown slips it toward Daniel Jackson. Wasn't meant for him, meant for Polo. He can't get near it. Tackle late on Gibson. Harris caught by Polo. Still fighting hard. He knew it was his.
more like it by the Tigers, Spud, though. They've lifted a gear and their work rate and their run has started to come to the fore.
It was terrific through the middle of the ground. Deledy and Foley, the two quickest players of the Tigers, ran and carried the ball with hands.
Okay, we've got a game now. Harris tries to get it out. Pratt caught. McIntosh. Harding.
And they've pushed Shannon Grant to full forward and exposed Joe King again. I think you're right, Spud. They're trying to isolate him deep and alone.
Harvey.
He's in trouble here, Jake King.
Lee Brown. Shannon Grant calls for it back towards the square. Nathan Thompson gets the leap. Hands are back. Like a vice, the grip that time.
It was a good kick. Kicked the ball to a dangerous spot. 20 metres out in front of goal. Nathan Thompson had the run and jump. It's a positive sign here from Nathan Thompson. Took a terrific mark last week after a knee reconstruction, and that's a terrific leap.
4 goals on his return to football last week, Nathan Thompson. Thursfield did everything he could to spoil that.
You have to take his run away. You couldn't let him jump.
This to relieve the pressure for the Kangaroos, and it was never in doubt. Nathan Thompson's got his first.
They're kicking the kickable goal now. Last week they had a number of opportunities early in the game against Essendon, but they're nailing the goals they need to kick. The Tigers, I was with you, Jared, they were just starting to make a run for the game the last 5 minutes, and that's a terrific goal there.
I like Lee Harding off that half-back line, gives them some pace. Brent Harvey, whenever Brent Harvey gets the footy, he's always involved in creating goals. In fact, Glenn Luff from Champion Data sent me through some stuff during the week. He said he's been the best assist player in the competition for many years. Between 2005 and 2008, he had more assists, 109 in fact, than any other player in the competition. He had another 4 last week when they got beaten by the Bombers, and he's had a couple already this week.
Swallow.
And super in the centre.
Harris. Couldn't get the handball away. Daniel Jackson with the toe poke. Pettifer. Tambling. Ducked into that a little bit, but got away with it.
Let him lead, guys. Don't hold.
Richard Tambling. Sends it very wide to Jake King, who's trying to get back into the game. If he hits a target here, he's well and truly back in. Might go the whole way. Centering kick instead. Nice kick to Simmons.
Well done, Joe King. He's been under the pump. His confidence would have been down. Thought he might have gone for goal there, Spud, but in the end he went for the percentage out to Troy Simmons, and that's a good way to get yourself back with some bit of confidence and momentum going to the half-time break.
Important goal here for the Tigers. Just need to go in at half-time with some momentum.
Virtually halfway through this second term. Played 14 minutes. Simmons, nice off the boot. Has missed. Only a behind. So 11 minutes and the time on remaining. 64 plays 32. Double their score. Pratt to kick in from fullback. Every game last year, Daniel Pratt, third in the best and fairest. Rise to prominence, had a very good season.
Dean Pilo's harassing and trying to go with Brent Harvey. This will be a good test for him. He was with Wells.
Harding to Watt.
And now Jake King is with Wells.
Wells.
Jay, that's it, one. That's it, hold there.
They are throwing their forward line around, Spud, like a few clubs I've seen this year.
Jones couldn't mark. Kelvin Moore crumbs his own spoil.
It is unsettling, the Tigers' defence, though.
Bowden.
That's a nice kick.
Needed to really put his body on the line there, Joel Bowden. He back into traffic. High kick towards Schultz. Richardson off hands. Schultz tries to shuffle it out. Got a push.
It was good second effort by Schultz. He probably should have taken the mark, but he missed. But he dived in and set Richo up.
Richardson and Pratt having a few words.
And that's a better kick. Terry Wallace will be wrapped with this kick. Richo led, but the ball went to Schultz and Gibson. It was a great, as you called it, Jared, great second effort, but it was the kick. It was a terrific lead from Richo, but he's not always the option. Bring other people into the game.
Well, he owes them, Richmond, Joe Schultz. They showed faith in him after his indiscretion a couple of years ago that cost the Tigers the TAC sponsorship. An important kick from directly in front, and that splits the middle.
He is a good kick. You like him with the ball in his hands, shooting from 35 to 40. Let's just have a look at this spot. I'd like to get a view on this. There's a couple against in the Collingwood match. He dives forward. He actually creates the head-high problem. Now, I know it's indiscriminate head-high contact, but he almost creates it.
I think you're right, Jared. After looking at that, he drew the free kick. It's like a player when they duck into the arms, the umpire says play on. So that's a very good talking point, that one, because the North Melbourne player was stationary, his legs. So Jay Schultz's head dived into his legs.
And I reckon there was one with Corrie up in the Brisbane Lions. We might have a look on the couch on tomorrow night, but they almost caused their own head-high contact, and I'm not sure where the free kick is there.
Swallow attempts the kick with the outside of the foot. Harvey played for the free, didn't get it. Newman missed Tuck. Wells is away. He's got a couple of options. Might go the whole way. Bounce to his own advantage. Bump by Newman, who ran him down.
Good play.
Great captain's chase. He was gone for all money there, Newman.
It was good play from Wells also, though, Dwayne. At least he's trying to take the game on.
Got the overlap here, just got to get it to ground.
Oh, magnificent mark by Harding. Back with the flight. Didn't even know where the ball was till he made contact with Hyde.
Superb.
Great mark. Chrissy Hyde, if he had his time over again, could have taken his run a bit earlier, but just thought he's going to take an easy mark. Good courage, Lee Harding.
Not going to lose games when those things happen.
It's good to see Lee Harding after a knee reconstruction coming back to sensational form as well. Missed a lot of footy. Nathan Thompson. Speaking of knee recos, slides this wide towards Petrie, and it's too wide for everyone. And we'll get a ball in. Have a look at this chase again. Wells is away. Burns off Tark. And then Newman from nowhere. And the ball in. Rawlings tries to shoot it to Swallow. Foley.
Well played.
This might not roll out. The players thought it would. It's teasing them.
Thompson hope it does.
Thursfield. Well, he chased it down and was rewarded. McMahon. Into trouble and out of trouble.
Numbers.
Flood of players in the middle here. Simmons to Hyde. Needs to finish it off. Richardson calling it back to the square. Goes wider. Schultz. Great fist Gibson. Dumps it outside 50. Boundary line looming. Schultz cuts it off. He's got a Hyde inside 50. Got Rains inside 50. Got Newman. And he pokes it to Delidio.
He's a great decision maker, Chrissy Newman. North Melbourne players thought he's made the ball 48 out. He'll go back and have a shot on goal. Quickly looked up and spotted the target.
Do you think Hamish McIntosh would like his time again there? He was actually going for breath when the kick came in from Newman. Have a look here. He's just behind him. We'll get another side shot of it. He should have put some pressure on.
Kicked 2 goals last week against Carlton. Brett Delidio. They're on the way back, the Tigers.
They certainly are, and you've also got to remember the Tigers are coming off a 10-day break. the Kangaroos a 6-day break. Kangaroos have been terrific, but the last 6 or 7 minutes has been all the Tigers. And it's good again. Great effort there from Gibson, but just see here, Gibson had to corral Jay Schultz to the boundary line. Just went too far forward, allowed Schultz to get round to get that kick in. That was costly.
But Deledio, of course, had his hand kicked and broken by Shannon Grant round 14 last year. Missed 3 weeks of football because of it. He's got that chimney sweep black hair going again after the blonde number for a while. 7-2 to 10-4. Game really has lifted a gear. Simmons down to Rains. Through Harris, back to Simmons. Hands to Newman. Wide to Richardson. On the bounce. Ferrito. Richardson.
Good contest.
Oh, good win. Shoots it out. Hyde. Chip kick to Lidio. Same spot. Might be same result.
Terrific play from Matthew Richardson. Ferrito, good also, but they're starting to win the 50-50 balls now, Richmond. It was all the Kangaroos the first quarter and a half, but it's the crucial contest. We just see here the will to win this contest. Ferrito's trying hard. Richo head over the ball, just pushed it forward. That's a terrific win.
But Deledio, still only 20 years of age. Turns 21 years of age in a couple of weeks. A lot of football ahead of him. And can't make something of this. Only a behind.
It was really exciting before. The second last surge forward by the Tigers when they had 6 players lined up like a rugby scrum, and it went down, and eventually Schultz created something for Newman. But that's the run I think Terry Wallace has in his mind about how they can play their best footy.
And the players getting into the game now. Foley with 8 possessions. Deledio. The runners, the run and carry through the middle of the ground.
Pratt to Power to Wells. Holds it up on the wing. Told to play on. Jackson comes at him, corrals him, forces him back to Pratt.
I guess after being overrun last week, Spud, there'd be just a skeleton in the recesses of the minds of the Kangaroo players that, you know, they can't let this happen again.
Gibson wide. Polak makes a contest against him. Edwards. Jackson tries to keep it in, but is dragged out. Ball in.
And of course, the flip side of that, Jared, the Tigers were down in the first half last week and went over the top of Carlton. So they'll have the belief to know that they can overrun the team.
From the ball in, McIntosh and Simmons. Tamlin caught him, but dispossessed and straight to Wells, to Pratt. Long kick, Grant one-on-one with King, and he took the mark. No hands in the back. No hands at all.
Great marking contest. Jake King's all at sea, deep in the goal square. At best, you know, back pocket, half-back flank. But when he's the go-to player in the competition,
he's been isolated there.
Yeah, he's been isolated. There's not a lot he can do. That kick, he was always in danger there.
Too smart, this bloke. He's been around for 100 years, kicking goals on small defenders.
All elbows and forearms in the back, no hands. And Shannon Grant has 4.
That's a great return. Shannon Grant, 8 disposals, 4 goals. It was all Corey Jones in the first quarter. Now Shannon Grant's the go-to player.
I reckon, Spud, given that King has got a major pace advantage on Shannon Grant, he's playing him from the wrong spot. I reckon he's got to be on the other side of him. Come over the top. Don't let Grant out-body you and out-bustle you. He's too smart.
Good courage as he's playing in front.
Richardson got a couple to beat, flies and thumps it down. He was hoping for Nathan Brown, but he missed him. Ferrito was caught high. Lee Brown. And now Hale. Too far out to score. Tigers getting players in the hole.
No point Patterson just loping after his player. He had to make the hardest yards to try and spoil. Corralling's not much good if the bloke marks it and he can kick a goal.
A lot of Tigers inside the Kangaroos forward 50.
Rawlings on the bounce. Almost the impossible ball to gather. Deledio to Bowden. Maybe the Tigers with one last chance for a score before half-time. Ball bounce kindly for Schultz. Pettifer has got a one-on-one inside 50. Richardson and Gibson. Perfect pass.
Nice kick.
Both Kangaroo players overplayed the loose ball on the wing, which allowed Schultz to get the ball. One of them had to stay inside the corridor on Jay Schultz. We'll just see this situation here. Both Kangaroos players run to the boundary line, open up the corridor for Schultz.
Matthew Richardson has 2.
It's almost as tough a shot because the fatigue for every player right now is maximum.
That's what he has in front of him. Starts it right, can't drift it back, and such a crucial kick with 35 seconds left on the clock.
Big relief for Dean Laidley. That would have really hurt if Richo nailed that, Jared.
Thanks, Matty. Thanks, mate.
24 points would have brought it back to 3 goals. It's a big goal in the context of the match.
Power got it from Watt. Speaking of Corey McKernan, Sam Power taking over the number 5 from Daniel McConnell, who got it from Corey McKernan and
Push out here, David Hale.
Had to be.
Jason McCartney, of course.
Straight back. Thank you.
And the free kick to Hale, but it won't come to anything you wouldn't think. Half-time here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Half-time, 70 plays 46. Hale in the ruck against Simmons. Underway in the second half. Simmons with the palm toward Jackson. Couldn't get it clear. And shot out by Jones to Wells to Campbell. Hand on it to Deledio. Just enough. Knocked it down to Thomas. Toe poke, but chased down by Deledio. Good effort. Jackson tries to hit Tambling with the pass. It was low trajectory and tough. Wells.
Impossible.
Corey Jones kicked 4 goals in the opening term. Daniel Wells again. Thumps it long. High kick. Shannon Grant edges his man under it again. Edwards shoots it off. Rolling ball. Thomas. Impossible. And he's rolled it home.
Great play from Edwards. Good hands. Good contest also from Shannon Grant. He's the go-to player at the moment. Shannon Grant contesting the ball here with Dean Polo. And Edwards' direct opponent, Polak, elected to go up, Jared. And if you're going to go up third man up, you have to have a piece of the ball. Edwards stay down, and a goal to North Melbourne.
Once again, Shannon Grant playing in front doesn't work against Shannon Grant. He is too smart. You've got to know where the player is and the ball, and you can't have eyes in the back of your head. But so far in this term, we've had 1 dud kick from a Tiger player, and the rest of it's all been Kangaroos from Corey Jones' initial first handball. The Kangaroos have not let go of the footy.
From the ball up. Hale again. Simmons tries to rip it out of the air. Tambling.
Yours.
Wobbler towards Richardson. He read it well. Ferrito thought he had it. Richo just needs to finish. It's about the bounce. Across the face.
Noted the leg break there.
Or the handball.
I think you're more a chance of getting the leg break than the handball. Pratt to Ferrito. Plays on quickly. They've got the runners. Harris.
And that's the difference. They are running hard here, the Kangas.
Well, they know this is an important start here. Start the second half well. Get a big lead and might win the game. Deledio got it from Newman. Hands off to Tambling. Runs into traffic. Back to Newman. Pettifer, he ran straight into the tackler, got away with it, ducked his head, didn't get a free. Deledio tried to keep it in, stolen and handballed out by Edwards. Simpson, Harding, they forced them, at least Richmond, all the way towards half back. And now Bowden needs to hit someone. Tuck thought he could spend it, but he was caught. Harding on the rebound, open forward line for the Kangaroos. Kick is a shocker. Corey Jones might make something off it. He can't get there. Campbell got there first.
Shannon Grant dangerous.
55 from goal towards Grant. Thompson over the top takes the strong mark.
Jared, you're right. Shannon Grant's dangerous, and all the North Melbourne players have got someone to work off. And all of us, there's a great tackle here from Lee Brown on Shane Tuck, letting him know the big anvil on top. But we see again, Shannon Grant, the go-to player. Nathan Thompson playing as the forward pocket has got someone to work off. Good coaching, good setup.
Nathan Thompson already has 1, now got 2. And North Melbourne have their sights on 4 points.
Well, they want to just really rub it in here. They won't want to give the Tigers a sniff. They want to go at three-quarter time with this result completely done and dusted, because the Tigers will have some element of belief that they can outrun them. But like this work, have a look at Shannon Grant here. He is just all over it. I'm not sure Dean Polo is going to cope one-on-one, but he did enough to distract the other Tiger players, and Nathan Thompson came over the top.
Rowan Smith, Joel Bowden straight off the ground onto the coach, on the phone to the coach.
Yeah, he just come straight off the ground, then went straight to the phone. I'd love to be listening to that one, but I'm not too sure. But Brett Delidio's been moved down back just to give a little bit of pace and a little bit of run to the Richmond defence.
Fair bump, play on.
Simmons down to
now,
tuck.
guys. Knock it out. He knocked it out.
Wells tries to shovel it out.
Punch it out. Punch it out.
Harris caught.
No. Both arms locked it in. I'll have it.
You heard.
Gently up, guys. Thank you.
82 to 47.
No need for that.
Kangaroos.
Oh,
No need
cop
for
that.
Free
Gee,
kick, elbow.
what was that for? An elbow.
Now, Delidio's on Matt Campbell. Campbell's already had a touch. He ran in off the square that last bounce. He gave him 10 metres.
Petter for long. Jackson.
Right there, Daniel. Play on.
He thumps it along to the square. Schultz is down there. Got a couple to beat. Two Kangaroos collide. Gibson and also Pratt. Pratt looks a little hurt. Lee Brown towards Thomas. Pushed in the back. Lindsay Thomas from halfback. Pops it to Hale. Couldn't quite go to the half volley. It was a tough one. Kelvin Moore pushes him in the back. Richmond fans not happy. They thought they could have got one a few minutes ago in exactly the same fashion.
Positive signs for the Kangaroos, though, Dwayne. They're first to the ball at the start of this third quarter.
Petrie slips the pass to Thompson. Can't mark. Jones. 4 goals in the opening term. At that end, he knows where the big sticks are there. He's got 5.
Corey Jones got the goal. There's a resultant free. Tried to turn him in the tackle, Cal Moore, but the momentum was going forward. You see Drew Petrie kick the ball in. Thompson nearly had the mark, but great spot, Corey Jones, front and square. When you're hot, you're hot.
Oh, nice boomerang. He enjoyed it. He fell over by his own accord. He's been knocked out a couple of times already, but you like to look at that one.
Well, he's looking at his biggest return ever. 7 goals against Hawthorn at Aurora Stadium in Launceston, round 17 last year. His best ever performance.
5 goals. He's got his 5th different opponent.
From the ball up, Simmons stumps it down. Jackson. Caught by Wells. Umpire told him to knock it out. He didn't.
Richmond free kick. Richmond free kick.
Tigers get one.
Richmond free kick.
He's paid by the umpire 45 metres away. Which is fair enough if he sees it. That's fair enough.
Jackson sees Tambling. Hits him with the pass. Tambling plays on. Slips it short to Nathan Brown. It's been an economical Nathan Brown again this evening. Hasn't had a lot of the ball, but actually can have an impact if he can kick 2 or 3 in this second half from a low possession game.
He's on the right side for a left footer, Nathan Brown. Left foot in.
7th possession coming up.
What's the mark?
Yet to register a score. Nice off the boot. He drills it. Keeps himself and Richmond in the game.
It'll be great for his confidence. We'll give the Richmond midfield some confidence now, knowing that Richo's providing a target, but they have to open up the options, and this is smart play to bring Nathan Brown into the game.
It's actually the first time he's got away from Daniel Pratt.
Yeah, Pratt's been excellent, Gerard. When Nathan Brown's gone into the midfield somewhat, Pratt stays back, and then power goes on to Nathan. So I think he's got to work through this, keep him in the square, be the dangerous target.
I reckon he's only had 8 possessions, but I watched him last week, and I think there's some good signs for Richard Tambling. Spud, you would have had him under your charge for a while, but I think he's starting to work out how hard you have to run.
Well, Simmons down to Tambling on cue, Gerard. Almost throws that away, but got the takeaway to Hyde. Power. Tambling again. He must have heard you. Still can't get the handball out, though. Bowden. Jackson. Stolen by Wells.
Good stuff from the Kangas.
McIntosh. Nathan Thompson leads outside 50. Keeps it in his advantage. Got one a little high from Thursfield. magnificent tackle on Newman, and Lindsay Thomas was in his back in the end.
Great strength from Newman. He's aware that Thomas was trying to tackle him. He just had the awareness to keep the ball out of his grasp.
Not 15, Deledio, all the way across to Simmons. He can run, but he's got no one to kick to. And he's just realised that. Pops it to Hyde. It's a hospital ball. Lee Brown thumps it toward the boundary. And the Kangaroos have the numbers.
That's just a bad kick.
Petrie. Umpire enjoyed the shepherd. Harding. Just in time to Hamish McIntosh. Swallow. Rawlings. Bowden came at him, pulled up at the last second. Edwards flies, so too Polak. Hand on it just in time. Kick smothered by Wells. North Melbourne about to go inside 50 again. Harvey. Short. Cut off. And is away. Foley with a bounce, and now no one to kick to. Hacks it in the air. Richardson with 2 to beat. Pratt, one of the 2. And the boundary line beats him. Will get a ball in.
Every time the Tigers kick the high ball, the Kangaroos have been excellent in spiking the ball, so they need to honour the lead more, the Tigers.
The ball in. McIntosh edges Simmons under it. Power. Wells. Had a better afternoon at the office today.
Been good.
Hamish McIntosh.
15 disposals for Daniel Wells.
Yeah, after 10 last week. McIntosh long inside 50. Jones under it. Deledio. Ball bounced unkindly for him. Danger here for the Tigers. Jones ducks out of the tackle. The goal regardless to Campbell. Play on advantage. It'll count.
Corey Jones. You can have days, Jared, and you can have super days. Corey Jones, 15 disposals. 9 of those disposals have been contested possessions.
Yeah.
He's won his own ball. Normally 15, you talk about maybe 30% contested possessions. Corey Jones going at 66% of all his possessions have been contested.
I reckon Brett Deledio should have a close look at that last passage of play. His desperation was just not up to scratch. And he went for the free kick. His man ended up kicking the goal. And he may well end up a backman, but I reckon that just reflected the difference between the two sides right now. And the Tigers are about 15% off the desperation of their opposition.
Tigers staring at their first defeat of the year. Kangaroos about to register their first win.
Punch it out. Punch it out. He got it out.
Unless something goes horribly astray for them. Power, Swallow, Lee Brown, Matt Campbell, the goal scorer. Little toe poke by Harvey. King still over it. He's had a horror afternoon at the office. Tries to slip this one out. Gets crunched. Campbell tied up by Polo. Ball up.
It's a good win for the North Melbourne club. Last week, when the ball was in this area, Essendon would continually run the ball out, so they've been excellent of holding the ball in for a stoppage.
Patterson in the ruck now for the Tigers, but straight to Shannon Grant. Adam Simpson, high bomb, just hoping. Edwards is about to fly. Polak got a hand on it, thumped it down, but Harding shrugs the tackle to Corey Jones. Everything he's touched has turned the gold so far, so does that. Brent Harvey.
He's had a double win there, Spud. He's decked Joe King. I didn't actually see how he did it. I saw the aftermath, but he might have tripped him up or done something.
It was a little bit of a tussle.
And Jake went to the ground, and all of a sudden, Brent Harvey has boomeranged up and got a shot.
Coming off a pretty good season last year as well, Brent Harvey equals second to Jimmy Bartell in the Brownlow medal. 3-time best and fairest winner, tucked up against the boundary, across the face slightly and thumped through for a behind. So distance wasn't the worry for Brent Harvey. It's an accurate 15-5 that the North Melbourne Footy Club have kicked this afternoon. Deledio bounces away from fullback to Kelvin Moore, to Kane Pettifer. Kelvin Moore wasn't necessarily expecting it back. Pettifer into the corridor, Nathan Brown. All the way back to half-back for a possession. Hyde, Pettifer. Open forward line now. Chips it wide to Cleve Hughes. He's got a couple to beat here. Jake King comes in, makes it a 2-on-2. Can it get any worse for Jake King? Got it out just in time. Hyde caught by the leg for a kick.
I think the Tigers took away their advantage, though, when they went wide to the pass with Cleve Hughes. Instead of getting it, they had it down the corridor. They had the run, and yet they've just delayed it.
Players in the middle. Patterson. Can he hit the target? Goes wide. Richardson can't get there. On the bounce. Ferrito. Richardson. Ferrito wins.
Easy.
Steals it. Dances away. Slips it to Shannon Grant. Polo comes at him. Grant no one to hand to. Polo threw him away. Deledio. Bowden. Richardson's calling for it. Sort of on his own.
Schultz.
From 5 deep. Schultz!
Good call, Jared.
Well, he still had to really fly to get it. It was a tough mark, even though he was in position A, Jared.
It was set up for him, Dwayne.
It's a good kick by Bowden.
Good, strong, long kick from Bowden. Correct weight, Jared. Put the ball to a dangerous spot.
Geez, Richo almost gave away the free kick. Have a look at the hands. There
Why did you have to highlight that?
well, it's all there for everyone to have a look at, but
Well, the
Schultz.
poor old defender always cops it, Dwayne.
That's right. So Schultz lines up. Hopefully we'll get one that the Kangaroos say they shouldn't have got. They're still in it.
They're still in it. Spud, do you reckon they believe they're still in it?
I think they believe they're still in. I think Deledio on the half-back line, Jared, I like that move because he's giving some run. That mark from Schultz was interesting when the ball went in forward to Richo wide. Schultz was actually on the first time. Richo led wide. Ferrito cleared the ball. And it's come back in and gone to Schultz. So the 2 goals the Tigers have kicked this quarter have been through Nathan Brown and Schultzy. You know Richo's going to give his all. The midfield just have to widen their vision and lower their eyes for other options. Schultz, to me, on Gibson out of the square, is a great matchup for the Tigers.
I'm with you on Deledio. I like him across that half-back line. In fact, I think it's been acknowledged by the coaching staff of the Kangaroos because he's manned up Thomas and he's dragged him up to the wing to get him away from defence.
From the ball up, Tuck lays the tackle on Swallow. Rowan Smith.
Every time a Kangaroos player comes to the bench, they're getting their legs rubbed. They're getting all the lactic acid out of their legs. They've got to keep as fresh as possible. They know they've only had a 6-day break and the Tigers have had a 10-day break, so they've just got to try and keep them as fresh as possible.
And you would think Terry Wallace would emphasise that at 3/4 time.
I'll have it. 5 points to ground.
As long as they can stay just 4 goals or 3 goals away, there might be a chance still, the Tigers.
I asked you that question before, Spud, because I reckon looking across the ground, there's about 6 Tiger players not working as hard.
Well, Shane Tuck's one of them, Jared, and we've seen him going 3rd man up. Simpson's done a tremendous job. Shane Tuck only the 4 disposals.
Grant, Simpson, Power, Swallow. Combined to get it to Harvey. Held up by King. Takes on King. Corey Jones. Doesn't he love that end? He's kicked 5 to that end so far this evening. Set up 2 others.
Brent Harvey again.
Interesting to note, the 3 players that had no impact for the Kangaroos last week. Well, Corey Jones was knocked out. He's the leading possession getter. Daniel Wells is 2nd with 15. Hamish McIntosh had a substandard game, 14 disposals.
Four goals in the opening term, 1 goal for Jones so far in this 3rd term. He now has 6 for the evening.
Super play. He's a hard matchup, Corey Jones, as we see Tuck trying to go 3rd man up. Shannon Grant in amongst it. Simpson. An excellent job on Shane Tuck all day to keep Shane Tuck. Averages 20 disposals. At the moment, his input is only 4. But that's a great lead. He's a hard matchup, Corey Jones, because he can take a contested mark. He's quick. He's 6'2", and he can win the ball at ground level, as we've seen this quarter also with a front and square goal.
I missed him last week, as you mentioned. They missed him last year in the finals as well when he had that foot injury and couldn't play in the Kangaroos' last 2 finals last year. Harvey, Thomas. They're looking lively at the moment, the Kangaroos. They're looking like the team that's coming off a 10-day break. Short pass, not so good. Polo. Jackson. Polak. And now Cleve Hughes. Didn't want to kick it. Back again, Bowden, Rains into trouble. Cleve Hughes will have to motor to pick this up. 4 Kangaroos around him. He drags it in. Tries to get it out now. Harris. Rawlings.
Tough.
Watt. Grant. Not a lot to go to. Haswell's short. Just needs to pop it to him, and he does.
That's it, stay hot there.
Been a lot of interchanges. We saw, I think it was 8, might have been 6 to kick us off with at the 6-minute mark. Smithy, have you got the total numbers so far?
Jared, North Melbourne have had 62 and Richmond had 65. And just as I speak now, Andrew Range is coming off. He was holding his left knee, so that doesn't look too good either.
That happened in the tackle about a minute ago.
So it's a horror story at the moment for the Tigers. Wells inside 50. Pollak.
Good grab. Looks pretty fit, Graham Pollak.
The pass to Newman. Tough one to mark. Half-back flank, 101 to 59. Back inside the corridor.
Round onto the ground for Range.
And 50. Well, they had a couple of those against them in the opening half, the Tigers, so it's calmer that they get one. And Joel Bowden almost within range here. Doesn't like his chances.
Good vision.
Pokes it inside 50 to guess who? Jake King.
His work rate's been good, Jake King. He's done the best of nights. The one thing about him, he'll keep at it. He'll keep running. He'll keep trying to give his all.
Andrew Range has gone straight into the room, so when we get some news, we'll bring it to you.
Massive kick this. We've ticked into time on third term. Jake King's afternoon at the office isn't one he'll watch back on replay, but he could make his evening a whole lot better from here. He's kicked his first.
You've got to hand it to him, Jared.
No, he's got good spunk. There's no doubt
He's
about
got
that.
a lot of spirit, and it's a great sign.
Oh, that's a shot.
I don't think that's... It was Joel trying to handball the ball, and all he had was his hands outside his body.
McIntosh. Kick away towards half forward. Grant overruns it. Topo good from both Campbell and Harding. Couldn't slip the handball to him. Still can't. Little nudge. No free. Jackson. So the Tigers on the rebound here. Thursfield.
Got Simmons up the middle.
If Bowden can hit him, does. It's got Jake King out wide again. He can run all the way here. Take them on. Have a shot from 50. Sizes them up. Wobbles it to the top of the square. Cleve Hughes down there. Can't get a hand on it. Watt. Gibson. Out of trouble. It might be temporary. Ferrito read that beautifully.
He almost had tried to, if he could get to his head, tell Jake King to take him on. He had the chance to go around the big man, kicked a goal. Would have been a lifter.
You can see North Melbourne have just about put the cue in the rack for this quarter. They're quite happy just to possess the ball out wide. The challenge for the Tigers now, they just have to man up and force the Kangaroos to kick to a contest and then counter-attack through the middle of the ground.
Simpson called to play on. Towards Shannon Grant. Almost tucked. Grant got it off hands to Wells. He can go all the way. Got hit. Umpire allows Campbell to play on. And he makes no mistake.
Take a bow, Daniel Wells. Drew the player, took the player on. He knew there was going to be some contact after the handball. You can see him in the right position here. Front and square out the back. Just drew the Richmond player. Drew McMahon in. And that's a good handball, good finish. Great team goal, that.
Good story, Matty Campbell as well. He went home over the summer. Almost didn't come back. Like being home back in the Alice. But he spoke to his father about it and said, would you like me to stay home? His father said, you're my hero. You've got to go back and play footy again. And that's exactly what he's done. From the ball up.
Knock it out now, knock it out.
McIntosh tried to get it out, still
Knock it out, guys. Punch
fighting
it out.
hard in the ruck. And we'll get another ball up.
Having a red hot crack, I'll have it. Thank you.
Some encouragement.
Nice game.
Yeah, fine. 107 to 66. 26 minutes gone, third term.
Play on.
McIntosh reaches. Tuck, steals, Polo. Bowden, oh, he gave it back and shouldn't have. Magnificent tackle, Thomas.
Bring the ball. Not
It's been the difference in the game. Thomas and Campbell's there, forward pressure. Ability to hold the ball in.
Jake, Kingy.
Oh, don't.
Jake King being told to come away a little. Thomas from outside 50. And it's a wide kick. Grant's under it, got hands to it. Hits the behind post, will get a ball in. And as much as the Tigers would like to think it was theirs, and Shannon Grant knows it was his ball. And the ball in. McIntosh down, but his opposite one, Newman. Moore. Now Tambling. Do the Tigers believe in themselves at the moment? To Deledio. They've got the runners now. Deledio looks out wide. He had Jake King, went inboard to Hyde. Still got King. He looked at King and ignored him. Central ball to Pettifer, who can kick it from there. He ran himself into trouble. Got the kick away and missed.
Bad option there from Kane. A very long kick. Would have had no trouble with the distance whatsoever after marking that ball. Just a rush of blood.
Pratt to Gibson. Inside 2 minutes to three-quarter time. The Kangaroos might be content to play possession football here. Gibson sees that he's only got one-on-ones ahead of him. Pushes it wide. Grant dives, half volley. Harris. Petrie. Here they go again. Petrie slips the pass toward Thomas. Had it but lost it. McMahon. Thursfield got it from Hyde. Polo. Hyde again. Bowden. McMahon. Chance for a last Richmond attack perhaps. Bouncing ball. Gibson. Through traffic beautifully. Lee Brown. Power. They've got the numbers wide.
Could ruffle it here, Dwayne.
Campbell and Thomas looked at each other. Must be Campbell's turn. And he goes to Edwards.
It's been the Tigers that put the cue in the rack, Dwayne, the last minute. Unaccountable. Through the middle of the ground and out there. Campbell and Thomas had all the space in the world, and Aaron Edwards took the easiest of marks.
Would make it near on impossible for a Richmond comeback in the final term. Just needs to convert. Here, Aaron Edwards, and kicks his second.
And Tiger supporters, Rowan Smith has been busy down on the boundary line. He'll have an update on Andrew Rains at three-quarter time. And hopefully the news is good. But you're right, Danny. Hasn't been too many hard yards put in by the Tigers over the last 2 or 3 minutes. And these two young boys, as you said, Thomas and Campbell, have been superb in the last 5 minutes.
They inject a lot of life, carry a lot of bounce, and hold the ball in. They've been super today, those two boys.
How many new Indigenous stars are we seeing having a big say in the way this game's played? It's been magnificent to watch the footy this year. From the ball up, Patterson down.
Hard to go past Cyril and Cameron Stokes. I mean, you only have to say Cyril now. He's already a legend.
Josh Hill, the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah, wherever you look. Brown, Swallow, dying seconds. They need a mark from this kick. Campbell almost knows it. Thumps it long. Shannon Grant will need to fly. And the siren ends. A disappointing term for the Tigers. But a magnificent quarter for North Melbourne. A high-scoring game. And North Melbourne looks set to go back onto the winners list.
When you're just starting to get back your form, you get an injury, so Andrew Rains will have just to take the positives out of it. He was playing some good footy for the Tigers.
Bounce to start this final tell. Not too sure what Gary Fielder was worried about. It was a lovely bounce, but he'll have to do it again.
Here was the effort he was putting into it, Dwayne.
Okay. Oh, and he's found a free, so he doesn't have to bounce it again. Deledio. Slides the pass, hoping for Schultz. Read that well.
This is a positive. You've got to look at some of the positives, and Jay Schultz played centre-half back last week. Beautiful kick from Deledio. Just put it to the advantage of Jay Schultz.
He's got 2 goals for the evening. And this would keep them in with the mathematical possibility of stealing the win. Maybe give them some confidence to at least attack the next 5 minutes or so with vigour. For number 3, bends it back and gets it there. Let's see what we've got now.
Positive start in the Tigers, and Jay Schultz kicking his 3rd goal. 9 disposals, 6 marks.
Good body use here. Just have a look here. Just edges him out sideways and opens up the space to take a nice chest mark.
The thing with Jay, Jared, he needs to get an easy possession, one on the lead. Out of his 6 marks, 5 of those have been contested, which is great. Just needs to get a few more tricks than the run and jump. Keep the work rate up.
By Stuart Wen to bounce it this time. Gary Fearless spent. Patterson in the ruck for the Tigers. Hamish McIntosh for North Melbourne. Patterson the palm down. Tambling almost. Patterson gave it to Tuck. Polo backtracks. Handball stolen by Harris. Over the head of Grant. Stover ran it. Played for the free. Kelvin Moore picked it up to Foley. Just in time Foley got it out. Patterson. Looping handball, but straight to Lee Brown. He bounces it to Hamish McIntosh. Tuck knocked it past him. Simpson dragged down. Harding to Wells. All the way back to halfback. Watt. Hale. Polak with the fist. Hale tried to get it away. Polak did brilliantly. Jordan McMahon picks it up. Kangaroos flooding players back. Nathan Brown. Tigers need to find a target here. Just a long thump. Richardson's got 4 to beat. Can't beat them all.
I think rather than fighting them back, Dwayne, the Tigers have got all their players up the ground. They had just 3 forwards. And that's a good effort by Jay King.
But Petrie to Rawlings, went for Harvey. King thumped it down, and Newman with the crumb. And now the Tigers have numbers again. Jordan McMahon looks up. Richardson leads. It's ignored. Goes to Jackson. Tough one. Impossible ball. Petrie, McIntosh, Brown, Simpson, Campbell with some magic. And now Aaron Edwards can't get front spot. Thursfield.
Terrific grab.
Got a backhander too on the way down. So
Backed himself in, played in front.
Wearing Darren Gasper's old number 2 this year. They're wearing number 36. Short pass is okay to Polak. McMahon. The crowd has stayed. Richmond fans showing their faith. Bowden towards Pettifer. Needs to out-sprint Watt. Gets there, but Watt wrapped him up. Good tackle. Both go to ground. Hyde. Bowden. Kick and hope. There was no one there. Harris mops it up.
well, it's been 2 shockers from the Tigers. They had Jordan McMahon, followed by Joel Bowden. Probably their 2 best field kicks outside of Nathan Brown. And they just coughed it up.
Lindsay Thomas wide. Gibson. Knocked away from him by Schultz. We'll get a ball in. Great to see Josh Gibson back as well this year after a horrendous head injury when fell over in his bathroom.
The Richmond runners out in the ground. Spud, where do you think he'd be going?
Straight to the 2 boys who kicked that ball in, Jared.
Should know by now. Wells. Thomas. Edwards too far over the boundary line for him to attempt a mark, and Thursfield with the free. Gee, tough bouncing ball. Polak made it look okay. A dainty kick from him. Bowden, can he hit the target this time? He does. Deledio, he virtually left that for Newman. Deledio loads up from 60 to the goal square. Richo's down there. He was playing for the free, Richo. He was appealing to the umpire when the ball was still alive.
Good decision for the umpire. Good contest from the 4 boys there. Play on's the call.
Back into play. Simmons in the ruck, knocks it down. Hyde got one high, and Hyde will get the free. Nathan Brown tried to steal a goal, but it'll come back to Chris Hyde. 10 Minutes has been good for Hyde, 5 disposals, and this is his first game for 2007 into the team with Kane Johnson, the captain of the Tigers. That self-imposed 1-week suspension. What a difference he might have made, Kane Johnson.
Thanks, Brady. 2 metres, please, mate. Thank you.
To keep them in with a sniff. Got to stick around.
Gives him a little sniff. He's worked pretty hard, Chrissy Hyde here. You see he goes third man up and drew the free kick. Was always there. So the 14 disposals. Kicked a goal.
From the ball up, Simmons against Hale. Deledio. That's handling. He left it behind. Campbell, Lee Brown, Thomas, Simpson, Shannon Grant. Worked it nicely, maintained possession. Lead comes from Aaron Edwards. Played for the free. Kelvin Moore, the little bump. Jones, who set up this victory. And Thomas centering ball. Almost Harvey had 4 to beat, nearly beat them all. King. Now the Tigers can run. Matthew Richardson calling for it long. Deledio, they come back inboard. Newman to Tambling. And now wide to Jackson. If he can get there, he can. Good mark too. Scott Cleve Hughes short. He waits and marks. He's missed 2 attempts at goal. Cleve Hughes. If he can slot this, I'll ask you guys the question again.
Just have a look at his leg, his support leg when he kicks his ball. The first 2, it just stays still. Most people, when they kick the ball a long way, the support leg actually translates about a metre forward, yet he kicks his and his leg just stops.
Shall we start revving up the short week situation for the Kangaroos? Richmond not out of it.
It's a great start to the last quarter from the Tigers. Good kick from Cleve Hughes. Brett Deledio. He's been the man, Jared.
Well, I said earlier you should have a look at a replay of the lack of intensity. Well, you focus that, Brett, and have a look at this. Much better going in. He's got his, he's got his eyes on the footy, and no one was going to take it off him. He's unfortunately an injury to Wells. As Brett Deledio gets the ball forward, and see how that little stutter kick? Most people would have released their body and go forward a metre. Now, he kicked that one. But maybe if he could just free that up a little bit.
It's like a punch shot in golf, isn't it?
He'd kick the ball more accurately.
From the ball up, Simpson to Brown. Thumps a big wobbler inside 50. Kelvin Moore back with the flight. Well, it's a different Richmond at the moment. Tambling can run.
This bloke makes good decisions. You want the footy in his hands.
Oh, he left it behind.
Gets it back.
Dances around Campbell. Polo, Tambling the 1-2. Richardson ignored, longer towards Brown. Thumped out of play well by Pratt.
I reckon the ball going through the middle of the ground, you've got Deledio, Brown and Tambling are miles ahead, and Bowden probably, miles ahead of the rest of this group in decision-making.
Simmons beats Hale, locks it down to Nathan Brown.
It's the biggest criteria in AFL football too now, Jared. Decision-making, the kick forward to the centre, but extra numbers back. You've got to make the correct decision or you're playing the scoreboard.
Simmons tries to thump it back. Deledio, Tambling, Bowden, Deledio, maintaining possession, trying to set it up. Thursfield, McMahon, and now the kick and hope. Schultz and Richardson fly. Neither can mark, but they thump it down. Harding wide to Edwards, all the way back to the back pocket. Swallow.
It's every man for himself down there at the moment. Spotting those marking, Jules.
What?
So kick to kick.
She was hot.
Simpson doesn't get the free. Polak needs to hit a target. Richardson's got 4 to beat again.
5 to beat, actually.
Well, that's the point. The decision-making was nonsensical there. Richo couldn't possibly win that ball.
Harris, Watt, he can hold it up. He took a step, play on. Tambling doesn't come at him, and that's the perfect pass with no pressure to Wells. Good to see he's okay, Daniel Wells. Return to form for him this evening. Played on. Plenty of kicking hopes in this final term. Petrie front spot. Almost the mark. He's going to try and claim it. Polo to Jackson. No one to go to. Pettifer.
Now they got the numbers back, so he's got to make a smart decision, and he has.
If Newman can mark this, Simpson comes at him. Good grab. Bowden, shocking kick. Tough one for Simmons. Swallows against him. Gets the hand off to Power. Raked back by Bowden. Harris was lurking, caught.
Well,
fantastic tackle, Deledio. Well, they've got some belief at the moment, the Tigers.
He stepped up too, Brett Deledio.
Well, this is the intensity at which he's got to play. If he's going to play midfield and become the A-grader he has to become and should become.
Foley, that's a terrible kick again. It's hard to believe.
They have to identify the defence. No use looking for teammates. When you see an outnumbered forward line such as that, you've got to hold the ball up or kick the ball wide or get an extra handball to run over the line.
Swallow got it from Pratt and kicks to Hamish McIntosh. Back to Swallow. Not 15.
A lot of hands went on the heads there, the Tigers, after that turnover. They've got to put it behind them. Got another 4 or 5 minutes. Continue the scoring and give themselves a chance.
Grant back to Swallow. Wobbler to half forward. Out of play suits both teams here. We'll get a ball in. 113 to 85. 10 minutes 50 on the clock. It's been done before. From the ball in. Foley. Newman, the captain today, rolls it out to Polo. Thursfield. Again, no one to go to. King. Deledio. King. Scott Jackson.
Now they've got to get some blokes to run hard, run forward to give him an option.
Tambling's calling for it, short. It's got Simmons long, but it really needs to be a good kick. Simmons, good fist by Wells to his own advantage. Little shepherd from Lee Brown. Wells to Simpson.
He's back, Daniel Wells. Excellent passage of play. He's found a way to spoil that ball.
Wide to Nathan Thompson. On the boundary line, takes the mark. Time the enemy of the Tigers as well now. Little chip kick wide to Corey Jones.
Tambling off for a rest. And I've really been impressed with his start to the season. He doesn't rack up big possessions, but he's a pretty effective player and he's, I think, developing rapidly.
From the ball in. Tuck, Deledio, Foley, Deledio, bumped. Trickling kick. Harvey. And again, they're content to take it out. He did see a psychologist a couple of times last year, Richard Tambling, to try and get a return to form. Spoke to the psychologist about his problems and said that admitting them helped him develop a way of getting over them. And one of the problems, of course, was the fact that everybody expected him to be Lance Franklin when he was taken ahead of Lance Franklin in the draft. Ferrito toward half forward. Thursfield flew, left to behind. Simpson, little tap to Wells. Patterson.
Good stuff by Thursfield to duck in there.
Apollo to Jordan McMahon. He sends it long. Daniel Jackson's on the move. Had to wait for the bounce. Leaves him vulnerable now.
In trouble.
Gets it off in time. Bowden shaped a handball. Caught. Jake King. Can he hit a target? Or he can get up. He gets a free.
He needed a free.
He needed a break.
He needed a break. The footy gods have given it to him today.
He's trying to still make something happen in his defence, though.
He has. He just kept on working hard.
Newman. Nathan Brown. Runs under it. Pratt's fist again dominant. He's had a great afternoon, Daniel Pratt. Stopping Nathan Brown from having an influence. There's the major disposal winners, Deledio and Wells, numbers 1 and 2. Newman not far away. Rawlings. Harvey. Time to spare. No one coming at him. Nathan Brown now tries to run him down. Token pressure. Easy kick to Edwards. Open forward line. Corey Jones running back. Nathan Thompson there. Jones dives on it, tries to lock it in. Campbell will probably kick this. More than probably. He's a gun.
Three goals. Good game, lively. He's tackling his forward pressure. And when your direct opponent in Polo goes to ground, it's just about all over for you, especially when the ball gets in his hands. We see Polo coming off the ground. It's exactly what the North Melbourne team needed, Campbell and Thomas.
Overriding view was that the Kangaroos are a little bit slow, but if you have a look at them today, they've played really quick footy and they've got some really quick players.
Sorry, Jared. Got a bit excited there. I thought Richo was going to do something special. Pratt does something special again, and that's rebounded from defence.
Intent can either make you look slow or quick. Regarding what intent you've got, Jared, and their intent today has been hard at the contest. Their style of play has been terrific. They try and move the ball when they have to quickly, and then they'll hold it up like this when they have to also.
Harris, Hale. Tigers have had their opportunities. And unfortunately for them, it's a completely different afternoon than last week. An inspirational 30-point win over Carlton, wiped away pretty quickly. But at least they had 10 days to enjoy it.
Good win for Brady Rawlings, I think, too. He's had 12 possessions, and Foley is just a 15. Not a lot of impact on the match. He's worked hard, Foley, as he always does, but hasn't fallen his way.
Adam Simpson sets it up for Nathan Thompson to take a big one. Oh, Corey Jones. He should finish it off with a push in the back. Campbell kicks a miracle into the post, but it'll come back to Jones, and he can line up for number 7, and that will equal his best ever return.
Been in the right spot at the right time. He's worked hard.
His first ever 7-goal haul at the home of footy for Corey Jones.
What a night. 19 disposals, 11 of those contested possessions, 7 goals, 2. He's kicked them from marks, he's kicked them from front and squares, contested marks, on the lead. Now he draws a free kick. Super game.
Leading goal scorer last year, of course, Corey Jones for the Kangaroos, 46-31 for the season. Instrumental in getting the Kangaroos to the finals, but as we mentioned earlier, not there for the last 2 games when they really needed to power on. There's Gary Fielder again, getting everything he can possibly get into it.
He's got the same coach as Maria Sharapova.
To Lee Brown. Low inside 50 as Corey Jones got another one in him. Thompson might snap one. Sees Aaron Edwards. He can snap one. Wide. Sneaks it in for a behind.
Well, there is a theory, I believe, in tennis where you've got to exhale at the same time as you hit the ball. Well, our umpire's got that same theory. He really winds it up and exhales. It's good stuff.
Maybe he's taking too much oxygen in before he bounces it, Jared.
Whatever it is, Danny, it's good for footy.
Yes, 3 of the best in the business. Justin Schmidt, Gary Fielder and Stuart Wynn. Good performance from them today as well. And they give the umpires a rap all that often. Pettifer sends it wide to Polak.
Some umpires have been cut because they can't bounce the ball high enough.
It's true.
That's a better kick to Nathan Brown. A number of his leads have been on tonight, but the Richmond midfield have just put the ball in the air too much to allow Brownie to stop and prop. He needs the ball kicked to space. Put it out in front.
This will test him. He's kicked one. Runs out to get a little bit more distance. Loads up and it's a little short, and Gibson on the line holds it. Wells. McIntosh.
Even the Seagulls know this game's over. They've turned up. The scrap's not far away.
Campbell, 3-goal evening for him. Matty Campbell. Chips it to Shannon Grant. 4-goal evening for him. Takes on Simmons. Kick not so good to Harvey. Met by Jake King. And Shannon Grant gets it back. And they've got the numbers here, the Kangaroos. Simpson can give it off to Rawlings. Goes to the goal square. Nathan Thompson in a one-on-one. Good fist by Kelvin Moore. Daniel Pratt's chased it down. All the way from the back pocket. He tries to get on the score sheet. Brady Rawlings. Across the face, and Corey Jones was lurking.
He was stiff, Brady Rawlings. He could have got the handball off Adam Simpson early, as the boys not happy with the attention. And then he just kept on running. He ran 60 or 70 metres to get his shot at goal.
A little scrap behind play, but that's about the only interesting thing about the last few seconds here. Playing out time. Tigers hoping to do a bit of wallpapering over the cracks, maybe with the last goal. Newman long. Bowden. Campbell with the fist. Bowden with the crumb. Tucked into the boundary line, and he's out of play. And we get a ball in with 9 seconds left on the clock, and they're still going at it, Harvey and King. But we know who's king out of those two this evening. From the ball in, McIntosh toward the boundary line. And with 1 second left on the clock, it's been an emphatic victory for the Kangaroos. Hamish McIntosh, who's done the ruck work most of the evening and done it well. 41-point margin for the Roos on the winners list finally in 2008. Top 4 team last year and gave some trouble to some of the big guns of the competition. And after their 55-point loss to Essendon in round 1, they've wiped that away and demolished Richmond by 41 points, 20 goals, 7, 127. For the Tigers, 13 goals, 8, 86.
The Melbourne boys are hard to beat when they come out to play. So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus, North Melbourne's on the ball. Good old North Melbourne, they're champions, you'll agree. North Melbourne will be premiers, just you wait and see. Hey!
This has been a Fox Sports production. This program brought to you by Harvey